Good morning and welcome to Abrasive and Proud of It Live. This is 11 o'clock Tuesday. This is Mr. Chris Smith of the Cling Spores Woodworking Shop, and he's going to be talking about all of the email specials that we have.
Yeah, and if you're not sure what that email special is, by golly, go over to woodworkingshop.com and you can click that little link and sign up and get on that email list. You'll see these about 2-3 times a month, and boy, there's some specials on this one. This is a good one to have, and no matter what kind of woodworking you do, there's a realm of things that's going to cover you in every aspect of woodworking.
Absolutely. Connor's dad says, "Good morning, Cling Spores Woodworking Shop."
Hey, shouldn't he be at work?
Yeah, it would be good. IT department.
Yeah, get something done today. Well, as you might can see, I've got a table full of goodies, and we've got all kinds of cool stuff on our email list today, from books to carving to shop helpers, finishes, waxes, sanding products. I mean, just about anything you want is included in that email, and it's on sale. So this one should run till the middle of the month. When's some of these sales going on, Mike?
Yeah, some of these are going to be ending on the 16th, and some of them will be going on till the end of March, such as the Next Wave Cnc March Savings. You can get yourself a $1,000 water-cooled spindle for free if you purchase any HD 510 or 520 this month.
Did you say free?
Free. That's right.
What else we got going on there, Mike?
Well, they'll also do free shipping on any of the Next Wave CNC and the smaller models. So that'll be free shipping going to it, as well as Shaper Origin is offering a $500 discount, or save $500 when you purchase the workstation and the Shaper Origin together. That ends on the 16th of March. So make sure you get that one as soon as possible.
Yeah, jump in, visit a store, go ask some questions, watch the demo. No matter what your questions are on that Shaper, we can take care of you. And so getting to just some of the mini items we've got today, I guess I'll start on this side of my table and we'll work this way. And, if you're looking to set up some things in your shop, we've got these great magnetic toolbars. We've got a 3-pack here that gives you an 8, a 12, and an 18. And they've got screw hole mounts on the sides, easy to mount on just about any surface. And if you're just looking for a place to magnetically hold your tools and stuff, this is a great deal and a great option to jump on. And pretty good savings on that as well.
And it even comes with the hardware.
Yep, believe it or not. All you need is a means of fastening the screws and a place to put it, and you're set. And then some tools to put on it. And then some more tools from woodworkingshop.com to put on that to fill the rest of the space. Remember, you got 3 bars here. You got a lot of tools you need to put on there. And woodworkingshop.com is the place to go. Anyway, then we've kind of got some finishing products here. We've got a range of stuff. If you do any wood turning, we've got this General Finishes Wood Turners Finish in the clear. This is a wax-based formula. Give it a little shimmy shake like that. Apply it to a rag. You can burnish that right in. This is a great little finish if you're doing any turning, and right now it is on sale for sure. Then we've got some wax products. If you like to do more traditional type finishing, we've got this Brywax Spray. This is a nice little wax in a can, if you will. Allows you to do some quick cleaning, furniture touch-up, quick polish, all in an aerosol. And if you like more traditional stuff, well, we've got it in a can that you put on like a paste wax. Well, I guess it is a wax. Comes in a huge array of colors. So if you've got an old furniture piece you're trying to sort of just refurbish, but you don't want to completely refinish, find the color that closely matches that, and the Brywax has an option for you to sort of bring back that luster that it once had and maybe give you a little bit of protection on your surface. Brywax is a great company. They got a lot of options. They've even got this liming wax. Mike, you've had some good tips on the liming wax, if I'm not mistaken. Why don't you share a couple?
I don't have that many, but if you are looking to accentuate the grain with white, so like if you have oak and you want to add some white to the grain to make it pop in a different direction or to cover it up almost, the liming wax is a great choice for that. But it only really works for something that is a very grainy wood, such as oaks or walnuts, somewhere where the actual liming wax can fall into the cracks.
Gotcha. Cool little tip. Make some little accents. So, as far as finishing goes, we've also got an array of these red tree brushes. We've got them anything from 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3. These are fantastic brushes, very high quality. I've actually got a couple of these myself. I love the way the ends of the brush are designed. It allows your varnish and finish to just flow on real nice. The brush holds quite a bit of material, so it helps spread that out nice and even and leaves you a really, really good finish.
Is that made with 100% badger hair?
I think it is, Mike.
Oh, that's high quality stuff right there.
Well, I guess we better remove the notification that no badgers were harmed during the making of these brushes.
They weren't.
They were just shaved.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're into finishing, we've got the products here for you for sure. Tucked in here between all this, if you got a scroll saw and you're looking for a quick way to sand the scroll saw parts, doesn't matter whether you've got pinned or pinless, we've got these cool combo belts here for you. 1/2 and 1/4 inch. We've also got a full line of each of the grits as well. Let me just pop one of these out so you can get a better look at it. Get it out of this plastic. So it's just essentially abrasive strip mounted to blocks. And again, we've got it in the pinned or pinless. The combo is a 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. It does come with 80, 120, 180, and 220. And nice little setup if you're trying to do some sanding while your part is still on the scroll saw. Pretty cool little deal. And again, we've got all those grit ranges independent as well. So feel free to snag those up at your leisure.
They're 10% off.
They are. And they're worth it too. It's kind of hard to sand some of those scroll saw parts to get down in there unless you want to hand do it. This helps minimize that and gives you a little more flexibility. Also got a couple of these Remission knives on sale right now. These are very good quality. Nice little sort of tapered handle. Form fits the hand nicely. We've got a long and a short. Obviously, the long is longer than the short is, but real narrow blade, quality steel, comes sharp right out of the package. I would shave for you, but I kind of like, not doing that. But very good quality. Take advantage of those. Those are on sale at the moment as well.
Way to not make it weird.
Well, it would. I decided that I just didn't want to shave in front of people. It's just, embarrassing.
You have a line. You've drawn it in the sand.
Yes, that's how I roll.
All right, what about Flex Cut?
Okay, we can roll that way. Rolling into the Flex Cut stuff, obviously Flex Cut's known for their really good quality steel, a little more flexible than most, which makes it great for beginner, but it also makes it to where they can get a super sharp edge on all of their knife ends and chisels. Right now we've got several sets on sale. We've got the Woodland Jack if you want kind of one knife to take with you to do some whittling anywhere you want. This is a great little pocket knife to take with you. Got a couple of features in there built in with the different options for your carving on the go, if you will, or in your shop, wherever. Great little functional multi-tool little deal there. Then we've got the 3-piece starter set from Flex Cut. These are 3 different knives, different styles to be able to allow you to get pretty good started into carving. If you want to get into it, this is a very good set. What's nice about that is this does include in here the yellow compound, and the package is easy to pop out. I'm going to pop one of these knives out for you. That's why I'll flip that over, let you get a better look at the knife. Takes a little time there. Find something I can put that against so you can get a better view of it. But the quality of the steel is very good. I've always been a fan of Flex Cut. I'm not that good at carving at all, but I love their knives. Their handle, I like how it's wider down here on the main part of the body and then it skinnies up. It does fit your hand very well. Even if you're reversing that and carving towards you, this gives you a very comfortable feel, very ergonomic. So you don't feel uncomfortable trying to carve. So it eliminates that from the get-go and makes it much more easy to get into it and feel confident about what kind of cut you're about to make. And with it being so sharp, it'll cut right through most of these woods like butter. The compound is great, especially if you start getting into their various strops, which we'll talk about in a moment. But then we've got this roll pack here. Let's see, again, see if I can pop this out and show you what all's in the roll. So inside this 11-piece carving set, you're going to get a nice little how-to carving little booklet. You're going to get a sample piece to play around on, and you're going to get this pouch. And what makes this set nice is this is a removable handle, which is very ergonomic. You see it's a nice long handle for doing your carving work. This allows you to get a good grip. Down here on this end, right where the business end is more grippy. So it's a very textured rubber, so it prevents slippage. So this is great no matter how you do it. Now these little chisels have this long tang on the back with a little indent, and that indent will go in until it seats itself. And as you can see, it's a little firm to push. So the best way to do it is grip it not on the end where the cutter is, but that allows you to push that in snug, and you've got a nice tool that you can then operate and feel comfortable with. So not only is it form-fitting, but it's got a nice curvature here, which fits the palm. It also fits this way, or if you're trying to reverse carve a little bit, it allows you to have that freedom to do so and do it comfortably without worrying about carving and hurting yourself. Also, if I were carving, I would have to stock up on some, bandages and stuff.
There's a question. Do those come out of the package ready to use, the Flex Cut knives?
All of the Flex Cut products are ready to use out of the pack. You do not need to sharpen them or hone them. They do a fantastic job at the factory of getting those edges ready to go. Matter of fact, I'll pull one of these out and see if I can't get a good reflection for you. This edge here is amazingly sharp. It is to a polished edge, and I'll tell you, it would certainly cut you. That's why I'm going to put it back in the pack before I hurt myself.
Is there something that you could use to protect your thumb from not getting cut?
Well, it is, but I typically don't wear that unless I need to, and in this case, I probably should have. The nice thing is this will fold over. It's got a little tie strap. You can keep the pouch closed. In the package, it's like this, obviously, so you can see it. But it's a great little tool if you're looking to get into carving and you don't want to get into knife carving. You want to do more chisel work. This is a great set to jump into. And with the price we've got on it right now, man, how can you not take advantage of that?
That's woodworkingshop.com, 800-228-0000.
Yep, and that 11-piece set is probably one of our most popular in that range. Then we've also got this little knife strap. The nice thing about this little setup, and I do like their packaging because I can actually take stuff out of it, is there's a nice little wooden block on the back. You get your yellow compound. You rub that on the leather portion. That way you got the compound adding and contributing to honing up that knife. Nice little setup here. Easy to use, simple out of the pack, you're ready to go. So no matter which of these other products you get something like this, you're set, you're ready to start carving immediately, and you can keep your tools clean and sharp while you go.
Isn't that a double-sided strap, though? You have the leather on one side, and then you have the block that's been impregnated with Flex Cut's proprietary mixture into the wood for sharpening?
It is. You can use both sides of that particular block. The leather would be mainly for your honing applications.
Yes.
And then, of course, while we're here, we've got a bunch of books on sale as well. If you're wanting to get into carving, these are two great little books. Obviously, how to sharpen your tools and just how to whittle a little wood spirit in a hiking stick. This is probably one of our more popular books for beginners trying to get into it. Makes a great gift. So if you know any woodworker that's wanting to get into carving, these are two great little books to add on to whatever set you're going to buy them. Highly recommended either one. And we've got a lot of other books as well on carving, but these two are on sale. And what's also on sale, and sit these over here, is a variety of other books. If you're doing a lot of scroll work, we got a special on several scroll saw books right now. And everyone's going to be a little different. So maybe you don't have a lathe, but you want to do a wooden bowl. Well, by golly, you can get that book for $13.97 and do a bowl on your scroll saw. Cool little clocks, wildlife, intarsia. Intarsia is kind of neat, and it's very difficult to sand. Well, we've got contour products. If you haven't seen that video a while back, we got a lot of contour products that would help with your intarsia sanding. So, we try to have everything you need when you need it. And so this is just several of the items that we have available. Now, a lot of times we don't do much with abrasives, but in this case we have. I'm going to put on this little thumb protector to protect my thumb from any random grain or, cutting myself while I'm working.
Yeah, now's a
But
good time.
this month, we've got the Prep and Weapon, which is a very cool little hand block, very ergonomic. It's got flaps on the end to lock in these sheets. It's got a nice firm pad. So if you're trying to do any blocking or any hand sanding, this is a great little deal. We've also got a silicon carbide assortment pack that's available as well. Very handy to have around if you're doing any automotive work or trying to polish out a finish or sand out a finish. These are great because they are wet dry. You can use a variety of different things as a lubricant, especially if you're trying to sand, epoxies or sand out oils. These are a great range, and these go up to 2,000. I believe the assortment pack goes up to 1,500. Now, we get this question often, so we thought we would talk about it. So if you've got a block like this, obviously this block measures 2 3/4 wide. You could cut your sheets that way, and you'd wind up with, a little strip like this on the end. It's not going to hurt if you wanted to make this 3. Now, if you've got the block, obviously you could use that as a gauge. If you were just trying to make this in thirds, obviously you could fold that the way you needed to. You could also lay a tape measure or a ruler out here and mark 3/6/9. That would work as well. There's a lot of ways to cut abrasives. Most of your sheets, you can cut them with a knife and all that, but what I've found works pretty well is to just simply lay a straight edge up here and tear it. Most of the sheets are paper backed, unless you get into the heavier paper. They're easy to tear if you turn it grain side down. And I can use this as an example here. I'm going to allow myself just a little bit on that side, a little bit on that side, and we'll use that right there as our gauge. Simply come right here, and I'm going to kind of give it a little fold, but I'm just going to tear it. It's just that simple. Now I've got two other options here. I can tear up, cut up, whatever, or I can leave it whole for down the line. The way this Prep and Weapon works, you engage this lever all the way towards the center, and it opens up this little hook. You would simply fasten that hook in there like this, and then move that lever back forward. If I can do this, it's hard to do on camera and keep it where you can see it. There we go. So that's engaging the front piece, and you can see it's not letting go. Then you would want to pull it snugly and keep your edge back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just kind of going to make a mark with my thumb right here on the edge. So I'm going to pinch that and then just give it just a little tear. This is how you would do it if you're not sure how long your paper needs to be. So in this case, that's pretty good. I'm going to line that up about like that. Make sure my straight edge is sort of centered on the end there, and just give that a little tear. Now, I can fold this firmly, make sure my block is clean. You don't want anything coming between your sandpaper and the block pad. You want to keep that clean, because any high spot or dirt or debris, that's going to poke into the paper and translate into your sanding. And the last thing any of us wants is to have a bunch of lines in our surface of our workpiece that we've worked so hard to get to. So in this case, we're going to get it right here like this. I'm keeping it firm here, running it all the way back firm there, and just giving that a tuck up into that area, that little hook. And then I'm going to re-engage the hook on this side. And now we've got our sheet loaded. We can sand away, block away, whatever we're trying to do. That's sort of one way you can do adding sheets to a block. I don't think we've ever talked about it, and it's not something that's real sexy and fun, but just any tips you have, that would be one of them. Make sure that your sheets are cut right before you crease it, fold it, pull it, and all that. That way you know that you're going to be able to have room in there. Because if I would have tried to have tucked that in before I trimmed the end off, it would have wound up with excess material in there and caused this to pooch back. Because you want this to be nice and flat so that this doesn't try to create a crease on the end and create a high spot, which would, again, translate into a bad finish on your wood. So take advantage of these sheets, take advantage of this Prep and Weapon block. And if you're doing a lot of hand sanding, these are a must.
Wonderful. So is pooch a technical term in abrasives that you just now recently started using?
In my shop, it is. In my world, anything that I can come up with to explain or define what the problem is, and it pooches out. So,
Oh, yeah.
cover that in my belly.
Well, I'm so glad we weren't zoomed in for that one. But yeah, so with silicon carbide, give us a tip on if you are going to put it to a block like that, what is the best way to utilize silicon carbide and have it last the longest? Because a lot of times we also have the question, it wears out very quickly.
Well, it depends on the silicon carbide. This particular, the black that we sell here, the PS11, this is a wet and dry. It's been coated so that water won't hurt the abrasive, or more importantly, the paper. So any kind of lubricant, whether that's, water is the most common one. A lot of people who finish with oil finishes will actually use the oil as a lubricant, but that will translate into a much longer life. Also, the difference between silicon carbide versus aluminum oxide, silicon carbide is a very sharp, fragile grain, and it will break off when used. And that friability, which it's called, exposes new sharp grain. The idea is you want minimal pressure. This is so sharp. It's almost like one of these flex cut knives. It's so sharp, it doesn't require a lot of pressure for it to actually abrade your surface. If you find that it's not abrading the way you want, maybe you need to go down in the grit range. But minimal pressure and lubricant on this particular product is best. Or any silicon carbide, for that matter, minimal pressure is always best. I guess that really would flow over with all abrasives, but you get the idea.
Yeah, but so for longevity of the service life of silicon carbide, light pressure goes a long way.
Yep. Let the sandpaper actually do the work, and don't wear yourself out. That's the biggest problem we see with a lot of beginners and even people who've been sanding for years. You'll see them white knuckle their sander, and you can see their muscles kind of flex in their forearm. The whole idea is you just do minimal pressure and let the sandpaper sand for you.
Yeah,
that's what it's made for. Pick the grit that's right for your application and let it work for you.
That's it. And so the other deals that we have going on right now is the Seneca Woodworking. This is for the DF700 domino joiner from Festool. This will allow all of your DF500 cutters to actually to work on it. And we have a video to kind of give you an idea of how this will work. So right now on sale for $134.96 is the Seneca Woodworking adapter for all DF 700s to work with the DF 500 cutters.
Yep, and I didn't bring any of those back here with me. And I sure hope the people got to hear the video because I didn't.
You weren't able to hear it?
No, but that's okay. You can put a
We'll work
link
on
in the description later and I'll go watch it then.
Okay. That's what we'll do. We had no audio this time around. It's a hit or miss.
Welcome to technology, man.
Welcome to live broadcasting. So,
So yeah, if you're a Festool owner and you got a Domino, no reason at all not to take advantage of that and be able to use both of those cutters on the same tool. So I think my table is about empty here, buddy.
that's it. I think you've gotten everything under control and out and about for the sales going on this week and next. Don't forget, we got end of the month savings for all Next Wave CNC. You get $1,000 free 2 horsepower water cooled spindle. Since some routers are a little bit harder to get right now than others, the spindle is a great option, and why not have a free upgrade? This is a no-brainer, and you get a free bucket. I'm all about that bucket. And then, of course, Shaper Origin. And if you hadn't seen our product video on that last Thursday, Chris did a great demonstration of the Shaper Origin and especially the workstation and how it works. So check that out on the Klingspor's Woodworking Shop YouTube or Facebook page. It'll be under the product spotlight for Shaper Origin. Yes, and don't forget that all Shapers now come in the black model, and only Philip Morley has the white model. Just want to point that out to everybody. All right, so for Abrasive and Proud of It Live, I'm Mike Z.
And I'm Chris.
And are you going to say it? Have a good day. I thought you were going to say see you later. God.